Hi, welcome to Big Mama's Kitchen and Catering. We've moved to our new location here at the beautiful Highlander Accelerator building located at 30th and Patrick. We are still open even during the pandemic. We've made some changes and we are here to serve you Omaha's best soul food. The best way to order Big Mama's delicious soul food is to go to our website, bigmamaskitchen.com, click on the Order Now button, place your order, pay for your order, and upon arrival, park at any one of our 4 convenient curbside pickup locations. Give us a call and we'll bring the order right out to you. You can also order carryout from Big Mama's. Park on the Patchett Street side of the building, walk down this long brown sidewalk, and come in through the west doors. Once inside, you come in through the door and enter in what we call the dining room, and you walk right up to our window and you can place your order or pick up your food. We're looking forward to preparing a fresh home-cooked meal for you, and we hope to see you soon.
It's all good. So we ready? All right, thank you. Do we have to do the intro for Miss Gladys? No? Okay, great. Welcome, everyone. We were at the Hungry Club, June 2nd, with a phenomenal queen who's doing some amazing things with our young black girls.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
her name is Miss Tiffany Gamble, if you didn't know.
Hello, everyone.
All right. So, Tiffany, could you take a few minutes and introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name's Tiffany Gamble. I am the founder and Chief Innovation Officer of Emerging Ladies Academy. It is a nonprofit where we empower black girls in technology. And also, I am the owner of Emerging Ladies LLC, where we're a tech education agency as well.
Wow. She's doing some things. So we really want to get into some questions about Emerging Ladies Academy. How did it all come about? Can you walk me through that or walk the audience through it?
Sure. So, like, really, truly, I had an epiphany January 2017 about this organization. From a little girl, I always wanted to work with girls. I always wanted to have my own girls' organization. In high school, I wrote about it. I always dreamed about it, but never put in the work or even thought it was a possibility to do it. So January 2017, I had this epiphany. It woke me out of my sleep. And I had some Post-it notes and a pen, and I just started scrambling, just writing everything down that I seen, and really just started working towards it. I was broken down, didn't have purpose. It was a very rough time for me in that space, and that gave me something to look forward to. So I started building. Honestly, started researching, started talking to people that was in the space, and just started building. One thing led to another, and here we are.
So what is your background?
So I have my undergrad in sociology and black studies, and I have my master's in organizational leadership. When I graduated from Bellevue with my master's, I started seeking employment in management positions and could not find a job. It was very, very, very difficult. So this was when this epiphany came, that was the aha moment. This is why I went back to get my degree. This is the combination of my professional and personal life combining. So I'm very grateful for my education. But yeah.
Black excellence. Black excellence. Could you give your website contact information out? And
Yes.
you're going to do it at the end as well.
Yes, yes. So the website for Emerging Ladies Academy is emergingladiesacademy.org, and you can reach me through email, Tiffany@emergingladiesacademy.com. You can call me. My phone number is 402-763-0301. And we're also working on the LLC website, but that will be tiffanygamble.com.
Wow. Actually producing jobs as well as doing what your purpose is.
Yes,
Well, that's
yes.
what I'm talking. That's what we got to do moving forward, man.
Yes,
We got to live in our purpose, man, and we can't be working for other people. We have to
exactly.
create our own jobs.
Exactly.
So I'm loving this. The STEM program. What is STEM?
Science, technology, engineering, and then there's STEAM, arts, and math. When I first started this organization, that's what I was focused on, was STEAM. And then I narrowed it down to technology, because at the end of the day, tech is in everything. It's in science, it's in engineering, it's in math, it's in arts. So it's really the central nucleus of everything is technology. So that's my focus now.
Okay, so you actually are in OPS, right?
I am. So we have been providing tech after-school programming since 2017, and we've been in 5 middle schools so far.
So what middle schools are there?
King Science Center, Nathan Hill, McMillan, Lewis and Clark, and Morton.
Why girls? Why black girls especially?
Great question. So there's only 9% of black people in the STEM space right now. Maybe 1% is black women.
Oh, wow.
We have a huge gap in skilled workers in our country. Over 2 million jobs are available right now in the United States in technology, and we are the last on the poll to get those jobs, because we haven't been pushed in that space. So that's the main reason. There's vast opportunities. There's lack of employment. In Nebraska, we have about 700 jobs that are unfulfilled in the tech space. So the field is wide open for black women to go into this space. We are technologists, we are computers, we are processors, we are all those things, and we have to pull that out of our young girls to push them to go into this space, because really, technology is the future. We're looking at it right now. If the pandemic didn't show us anything else, our lives are surrounded around technology. We're living, breathing, working in technology. So we have to be prepared. And with us being 1% in the tech space, that's an issue. There's a lack of diversity in the tech space. A lot of women that go into this tech space or STEAM, they face a double bind with sexism and racism. So my program I hone on in helping the girls to fight that once they go into the tech space, because a lot of times the black women go into the space and come right back out, go into the industry and come right back out because of those double binds. And we have to raise awareness about that and prepare our girls for that.
I'm loving this. What is the overall mission of Emerging Ladies Academy?
We want to empower our black girls. We want to give them a safe space. We want to give them mentorship to go into this space, to fill that gap of skilled workers. Our country right now, because we have a lack of skilled workers, they go over to other countries and get qualified workers to come in and work our jobs. And we don't have jobs. right? So that doesn't even make sense to me. And now with COVID, with the traveling restrictions, with all of that, it's going to be harder to get those jobs, to get those workers to come over here to work. So we have to create our own opportunities to go into that space. And my thing is, if we're not prepared, we're going to be left behind.
Right. You know, this you're doing so much, and it's so important because our young girls are battling so much. I have a daughter, and she just graduated from UNL, but UNL is racist. She had to deal with a lot of stuff when she was down there. But because she had the support and she knew who she was, and she didn't have a self-esteem issue, she was able to prosper.
Right.
So do you deal with building self-esteem to these young ladies?
Yes, so we have 5 pillars of education that we educate the girls on: leadership, social entrepreneurship, career readiness, financial literacy, and etiquette. And not only do I want to teach them tech skills, I want to also teach them to be holistic, right? To go into these spaces knowing who you are, taking up space, to not afraid to use your voice in this space. So that comes with knowing who you are as a black woman, knowing your history, who you come from, showing them that they can their dreams can be realized by showing them the person that's doing that role or in that career or was that inventor even now, so that is critical when it comes to not preparing these girls to go into this space. It's not just all the technical skills. We can teach, the tech companies can teach tech skills. What they can't teach is those soft skills, right? So that's what I'm honing in on as well. This is a holistic approach because I don't want them going out there and getting ate up and coming back home.
You just said something that's so key. We got I think a 3% unemployment rate here. It's got jobs out there, but that's not the point. The point is, how do you keep that job and how you deal with all the things like conflict resolution. Those soft skills are key to success. Why soft skills?
From listening to a lot of the tech companies, just even in our area in Omaha, that's what's lacking. Mm-hmm. They can teach you how to code. They can teach you how to build websites. They can teach you those tech skills. But if you don't know how to communicate orally, written, if you don't know how to deal with conflict, you flare up all the time, you're not accountable for anything, it's an issue. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what skill you have, what education you have, degree you have. If you're not able to work with people, then you're not going to have a job. If you're not able to communicate, then you're not going to have a job. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And leading with grace. Mm-hmm. So I teach the girls how to, even among themselves, how to be team players. Right. That's that leadership piece, right? How to communicate, how to get along, how to be a sisterhood, how to be there for one another. When things arise, how do you talk to each other? How do you treat each other? I'm bringing that into the fold of how do you be a productive worker in this society, even a productive person, right? So it starts from those steps. We can teach, like I said, tech all day. That's the easy part, is getting to making sure that they are able to stay and be leaders in that space.
What age group do you focus on?
10, 11, really 11 to 18, but I have had some 10-year-olds or have some 10-year-olds, and they're doing amazing.
What is the She Code?
What is She Code? So She Code is a 6-month coding program for the girls. They learn how to create websites organically, coding, and then they'll learn how to create websites through WordPress. It's an application or a software. And then they'll learn how to create mobile apps, Android apps, and iPhone. So this summer, man, they're going to be doing amazing. They're in coding classes right now on Saturdays. They're starting camps for their mobile app. So we'll have some brilliant young girls by the end of this year. I'm super excited for that. So yeah.
You can make a lot of money in coding.
You can, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not, I'm not from the tech space. I've never, before this, I didn't know anything about technology, coding, websites. I'm self-taught. If you, you can become an expert in 2 years, 3 years, if you study that craft, right? So I am an expert in tech education, but I'm not going to say that I'm an expert in technology. I bring the resources and the people to provide that service.
So you have teachers that
Yes.
actually come in? Okay.
Yes.
What are some of the programs that you offer besides the one you just mentioned?
Sure. So we have 3 tech tracks: computer science, engineering, and biomedical science. So the computer science, that's the she code part, and we will be building that out even more. We have our engineering track where the girls learn how to fly drones. This summer they're learning how to fly drones and get video footage and pictures and things of that nature. And then I want to develop a all black girls robotics team. And then also with that, I guess it's well, we'll talk more about that later. But the biomedical science, we look at food as medicine. So we do have a community garden. We've been having a community garden for about 3 years, where we infuse technology into that garden, like looking at water levels, looking at the sun, how things are growing. We use microbits. We have a whole biomedical science program for that. So we're looking at all things tech. Everywhere you go is technology.
That truly is amazing. Math is heavy in this particular piece, right?
Not in coding. It teaches you to be an analytical thinker. And that's what math is, using that left side of your brain, to think critically, analytically. But that's all in projects. This is what I love. My girls like to do things, and in doing, you learn. You're teaching math. Right. It's something that interests them. So then when they go to school and they have to deal with a math problem, or they're in their computer science class, they're like, oh, I remember this from She Code. I know how to do this, so I love applying in project-based learning and education as opposed to lecture-based. That's the issue. In middle school, that's when girls lose interest in math and science. And that is why they lose interest in computers, and tech skills. So we have to bring that back. We are scientists. We are mathematicians. We use it in a different way. It needs to be taught to us differently. Make it applicable to our life.
Right. True. All right. Why is pride so important in Emerging Ladies Academy?
So we talk about our heritage. We have to know where we come from. Right. So we talk a lot about our black history, our black women in history, because it's not talked about in their school. We are still, as adults, trying to chase down our history. We need to teach it to our youth, because they don't have a clue. And it's important so they can appreciate who we are as a people and understand that when things are hard, you have an example from the person that did it before, like Katherine Johnson. I talk about the ladies in Hidden Figures all the time. That's one of our staples that we talk about. When you're frustrated and you feel like you're alone, because remember, you're 1%. Even I just was in college briefly. I was at Metro briefly this fall. I was the only black person in all my classes. So when you're in those situations, you have to have something to lean on.
Yes.
So understanding who you are and where you come from is vital to moving in this space, because you're not going to see a lot of us, when you're in school, when you're in the industry.
You talked about your heritage. You talk about leadership. Leadership is also crucial. So how do you address that component of it?
We talk about the different leadership styles. What does a leader mean? Are you born a leader? Can you learn those skills to be a leader. We're all leaders in our own right, but they are truly embarking on new territory, right? I am building an army of young black women to go into this space. So you're leaders. So what do you want to do with that responsibility, that power? How do you hone in on it? How do you make an impact in the world with being a leader? So we talk about that a lot. Either way you slice it, you're a leader. So you have a responsibility, and what does that look like? You can be a transactional leader, you can be a diplomatic leader, you can be territorial, you can be a transactional leader, a transformational leader. What type of leader do you want to be? And start now teaching those girls what that looks like.
Absolutely, absolutely. Make sure that we have any questions from the audience, and let me know. All you gotta do is raise your hand. How many girls have your organization served?
So we have served at least 100 within OPS in the middle school since we started. Right now we have 35 girls in our program in Omaha and in Ghana, Africa. So we have 21 girls in the chapter in Ghana, and we have 14 girls in Omaha.
Yeah, y'all catch that? So you just said Ghana. She said,
You couldn't wait. You ready for it? Come on.
now, you just made a trip over to Ghana.
I did.
What did that trip mean to you, and how did it make you feel?
Like, that's a whole book. So I'll break it down. It was very purposeful. Very proud of what I come from, what we come from, and very sad with the living conditions that we're faced with. But it gave me just more purpose. It's very different to read your history in a book and then go actually see the history. It was a spiritual awakening. I will never be the same from that. But it gave me just more purpose. I have more work to do. And this is not a local initiative. This is global. You know, there are people that need these programs, need these services, and I'm here to offer that. So it was amazing just to see us. We're more alike than different. Where our traditions and our culture comes from an African American sense, comes from Africa. Like, we are so connected. It doesn't matter where we're scattered on this globe. We are more alike than different, and that's what I left away with, and that we're a resilient people. We are resilient. We are hustlers. We're gonna make it happen, regardless.
Yeah. When we went over and we visited the school, the kids were so attentive. It didn't matter if we walked around the school or we talked a little bit loud. They never took focus off the teacher. Do you find that teaching is a little bit different compared to Africa compared to the U.S.?
Absolutely. So we sometimes Zoom in on our Saturday classes together, and they have polos, so they come in uniform every Saturday, okay? Like, they are in school, and they listen. They are attentive. No shade on my girls, you know, but they all over the place. You know, they rambunctious, you know, and not that they don't take education seriously the same way. It's just how they present. So Ghana is just very, very serious about their education. They don't want to lose anything. They want every drop of it, you know, that you're presenting to them. So it is very different.
Check. Okay.
Nope. Well, yeah, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, I found that to be so true. And they, even though in some areas it's poor, you would never know. You would never know by looking at these individuals because they carry themselves with such pride. They don't wallow. They don't hold their head down. And if we can instill that in our kids, that no matter what's your circumstance, you're still proud to be a black woman and a black man.
Right, right. That's right there, like a very proud people. It doesn't matter what you don't have. On Sundays, you booted and suited to the nines, right?
Yeah.
And this is where we get that from.
Yeah.
They presented themselves very well, all the time. It didn't matter. And then they were just a happy, peaceful that's the other P for me, is peaceful. Regardless of the conditions, the situations, they were peaceful, happy, grateful people. And from the moment I got off the plane, I resonated with that. This is what peace feels like. Like that's wow. So that alone sold me. Just the unspeakable peace that I had while I was there. Just I'm home, right? There's a whole country that is a peaceful people. Wow, who would have even imagined this?
And that word peaceful is very true because they don't really get upset. They don't even cuss. They don't even doing none of that. The most they do is like.
I don't know about that. I mean, they do get rambunctious, but I've seen it. I've heard it, but they're not fighting. They're not gonna. I mean, we're loud people. We talk loud. Okay. We talk with passion and vigor and emotion. I heard that all the time while I was over there. But nothing. I mean, they're not. I wasn't scared or I wasn't afraid that a fight would pop off or anything like that.
Wow.
They just talk with passion in their voice. And what some people would deem as aggressive, which it is not at all.
Yes, I would definitely say that. When we were there, for the first time in my life, I was in a place where this didn't matter. It was never an issue. Matter of fact, the only time this became an issue when I got to the slave castles, we went to a restaurant, and then back on the plane. Everywhere we went, that's all we saw was black folks. What that do to the mindset is so empowering to know, hey, look, we can get along, we can do this, but we gotta find a way to get our culture out, to understand where we came from, and that we're a proud people. We're so divided in this country because we are disconnected from our culture and our heritage. And hopefully before I die, we'll find some way, man, to understand that we're all in the same boat, right? And we got to find a way to put our egos. And like I said, I raise my hand because I don't throw rocks and hide my hand in any shape or form. But that's our biggest problem, is not with white people per se, because we know what they're going to do. We got to take it upon ourselves to create what we want to see.
Self-empowerment.
Self-empowerment.
Yeah. And to your point, that's where the peace came in. I didn't realize how much weight I carried with being a black woman in America until I got off the plane and felt peace.
Right.
It was like heaven on earth, right? And then have to come back. I didn't realize, or I didn't face it again until, or really seen it until I got on the plane coming back from Dallas to Omaha. And it was, you go from, I had to fly into London, so the plane in London was full of Africans going to Ghana. And then I come to Dallas and going back to Omaha, it was full of Caucasian. And I'm like, I'm back. Wow. You know, just the weight
The stress.
started coming back. And that's so sad and unfortunate for us as a people. Why? I mean, we know why, you know, but we have to change. Honestly, I'm ready to escape the plantation.
Right.
I'm ready to go. Go live in Ghana because I mean, there's so much. We have a fight in America, you know, against this oppression. I'm tired of fighting. And I'm not saying it won't change, but I just want to go to peace. At this point, you know, I'll fight from afar, but I understand how different even celebrities, Stevie Wonder, you know, want to go to Ghana. It's just overwhelmingly, it's just a burdensome, you know, just to be black in America. So I totally get it. I totally understand. I never would have thought that I would even think or even have the vision of wanting to move overseas, but after that experience of having peace, I'm ready.
I am also waiting and to look into a dual citizenship. I want to be able to live in Ghana for 6 months and then live in the U.S. I think a lot of people are moving to Ghana because it's exactly that. It is just to be able to, on a daily basis, deal with post-traumatic slave disorder. After 400 years, it gets overwhelming.
And they're dealing with it too. I mean, they're dealing with it too, and that's the pain that I came back with. You know, the mental slavery. It's huge there, and that's the other sad part, right? But I'd rather deal with that. I don't know. It's just a different battle that you have to fight, right? I asked some people. I went to Cape Coast Castle and I asked some of my friends around me that live there. Have they been to Cape Coast Castle? No. We don't ever want to go there. Why? Because it's so scary. You just gotta leave the past in the past. Wait a minute. No. So that's that piece of mental slavery that they have to deal with as well. Not they don't even want to know, and it's in their backyard of what happened. So we're both dealing with it differently, but it's still a fight, right? To get reprogrammed into who you are innately, spiritually, all of that. It's a deprogramming on both ends of the waters. So I'd rather deal with that over there, though. At least I'm up close and personal. I can take you to the place of history where this has happened to make you appreciate it. So one of the goals is we do a lot of tours with the girls, and in Ghana it'll look different, but that's one tour that they'll go to, Cape Coast Castle.
So I think I saw Miss Martine. She came in, and Martine is, man, every time I get on Facebook, I'm seeing Martine. She has more energy going on than anybody I know, and I just said, like, how does she do it, man? It seems like she's up at 5 o'clock in the morning, they'll go to bed at 12 o'clock. But she's pushing entrepreneurship and for black folks to own and control their own. And if you get an opportunity, please give a big shout out to Martine. More importantly, visit what she does. Yep. So you want to say a few words, Mr. Martine?
Yes, so right now, the girls, we split the girls up into groups, and they'll be meeting with each other via video conferencing twice a month, and hopefully we can create a trip over there next year. I've had so many parents interested in going over there. So it would be cool to create a sister program, a sister exchange program where they can go over there. The girls from there can come over here. But I do have plans to take the girls who's ever interested over there next year. But right now we meet through Zoom. We're basically having creating a digital pen pal. There's projects that the girls work on, so they'll be working in groups with the girls in Ghana. So that's how we're merging the chapters right now.
Okay. So how much of a challenge was it to be able to get over in Ghana and do what you're doing right now with your organization?
Wow. You know what? When God ordains it, it's seamless.
Right. Okay.
So my host, before we left, I did a 5-day women's workshop, tech workshop there. And before I left, he approached me about starting an NGO. I didn't have any plans on going over there to start anything. I just went over there to provide this 5-day tech workshop. So when it was presented to me, everything just went like that. Before I left, I had paperwork already in the works. When I got back 2 weeks later, it was done. It was just like that.
Wow. So you say NGO?
Non-governmental organization. It's similar to a nonprofit.
Okay. Okay. And that's one of the things that we're in the process of looking at doing, because it's much easier to get it established over there if you establish over here.
I don't think that me having an organization here had nothing to do with starting an NGO over there.
No?
It's all about who you know. and the right opportunity and the right timing. So everything just really came together, all at one time, but it's not hard. Right. You got to have some resources, to pay for things. Ghana works differently with their way of doing business, I shall say. But yeah, so if you know someone, I'm more than willing to help anyone that is looking to further their projects internationally in Ghana, if that's what you want to do. But yeah, it was seamless, honestly. It's just like paperwork here. And you need, the biggest piece is trusting someone. Because you don't know, so you have to really trust someone.
Yeah, we was kind of blessed, because it is not what you know, but who you know. So David Miller, a good friend of mine, he actually been going back and forth to Ghana for about the last 12 to 13 years. He's actually getting ready to purchase a bed and breakfast over there. And we all went together. We called it the Ghana 8. So Brian, myself, Larry Duncan, Kenny Braswell, Dale Green. And I've been in contact with a few people that I met over there. They've been working on some things for me. I just feel that God is pushing me to live in Ghana, to do some things in Ghana, because they have an issue with trades, per se, and building houses. So, and that's what our construction academy, that's what we're doing right now. And over here as well, we have a housing shortage. So I think in the next maybe 6 months to a year, I should be able to get this thing done. But I'm heading back to Ghana in October.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm in the fall, I'll be going over to Liberia. I've been asked to put on another 5-day tech workshop for women. And we're going to see where this expands. They're asking for me. If I could go tomorrow, they would love to host me. So yeah, going over there, you have to be open-minded. The way the business works here is not how it works there. Everything is slow and everything costs, and you know a guy that know a guy that know a guy, right? So you just have to understand the business dynamics when you go over there. But yeah, it is plentiful. They need us. They want us to come back home. It hit me that I'm purposed to be there. When I walked out of the door of no return and turned around and seen door of return, the sign, and I didn't cry the whole time. And when I seen that, I was a mess. I just cried. Wow, this is why I'm here. You know, this is the why. Sitting on that dungeon floor, the female dungeon floor, asking my ancestors, am I supposed to do this? Yes, it's your time. Yes, you've been purposed for this. Yes, you've been commissioned for this. We need you. We died here. We need you to carry us on. And walking out, and I get the chills, and this is like probably the second time I've talked about this publicly, but walking out the door, I was scared, right? And then walking out and seeing my people on the fishermen on the line of where they took us, and to welcome us back was undescribable. You know, so yeah, please, whatever needs you have, or whatever projects, whatever programs you want to provide in Ghana, I will help you. I have no problem pushing the next person forward. We have work to do to build our people up, and not just in America, globally. Wherever that they need us, we need to go.
It's global. And when you talked about the door of no return, I mean, when I saw it, it really looked like a gate where Godzilla would be on the other side of it, or something like that. But when it opened up, and you saw all the boats, and then you see the ocean, you could actually visualize how folks was throwing their kids off and jumping off the boats, because they knew once they made it to the big ship that they were going to America and they would never see each other again. So it was very spiritual, very emotional, to be able to see that and experience that. But I think because of that, it put fire in me to know that it's a struggle, and it don't stop until the casket drops.
Right.
So, besides the sexism and racism part of tech, are there any other challenges for our young ladies?
I mean, just the challenge of being a leader, you know, and honestly, having confidence that you can take these hard classes. Right now, we have 3 young ladies that are college students. They're in the College Now program through Metro. So they're taking a college class, and that's part of, you are capable of doing this, right? So I'm gonna start you off early. I'm gonna put you in these programs early, so you know that you can do this work, that you're capable of doing this work. That is the other barrier, having the self-confidence to do it, even when you're by yourself. So now there's 3 young ladies that's in the College Now program, and I did that on purpose because I don't want them to be by themselves. They know each other. They can lean on each other. You know, but this is their first experience of becoming a college student. My goal is to push the girls into the dual course program through Metro. 10th grade, you're in college. We're done with high school. Let's go ahead and go to college. We have 12-year-olds, geniuses. We have 15-year-olds, geniuses. Our girls are the same. There's no different. Right. It's all about providing that access, that opportunity, the resources, a safe space, and mentorship. And they can do whatever they imagine themselves to do. But provide that and show them early that this is attainable, that you don't have to be the status quo, that you don't have to live beneath your means, you don't have to silence yourself, you don't have to make other people comfortable about the career choices you want to make. You can do whatever you put your mind to do it, and providing those resources for you to get that done. So I'm excited about this summer, what the summer is bringing for our girls. They're learning about cybersecurity, and that's really big. Of course, we don't have beef, y'all. You know? Where is the beef, okay? They hijacking us. Where is the gas? Yeah. Right? I just did a post this morning about that. So we have work to do, and we have to create those spaces for these girls to go into those jobs. We have a country to secure. What else is going to happen? The Russians is laughing at us right now. Well, we don't even have enough people here to even fight against it. Right. We don't have skilled workers to even do it. Right. There's companies that will fire a whole team of people to hire one cybersecurity, one person that's in cybersecurity to run their cybersecurity. So I want to make sure my last note is just, I don't want us left behind. I don't want us struggling once again. We are in the new era. We're in the tech ecosystem. We're in the space. We're here. Right. There is no future, or we're living, breathing it right now. Mm-hmm. So we need to army up and prepare ourselves for what's here. Right. COVID showed it. That the pandemic showed it. Yep. So how in these entry level positions, there's not a McDonald's, there's not a Subway. It's tech skills. These companies are expecting our generation, or this generation, our youth, to go in with tech savviness, tech skills, off tops, because they've been on it. This is what they was born into. Why don't you have any tech skills? What's wrong? That's crazy. Right. You when you was born, you caught the cell phone. So we have work to do, and we are so far behind as a country. It's crazy, and this is the result of it: cyber attacks.
Because of the pandemic, and a lot of our kids was doing schooling virtual. Our kids don't learn very well virtual. We're more in-person learning. So with that being said, how were you able to keep their attention because of the impairment when it comes to virtual learning?
I am very grateful and fortunate that my girls did not miss a beat. I could tell there was a definite learning curve when we started meeting back in person, but everyone showed up on Saturdays on Zoom, every girl. And that kept me going, because that's what I hung on to, right, during this craziness. But they are resilient, just resilient. That's the word that just keeps coming up. They were resilient through it all. Did they lose some? Yes, and we have a lot of work to do. We know how our kids learn. One of my young ladies said, we got a new instructor, and her teaching style is different. She just throws them right in there. Let's start coding, right? And explains on the way. And one of the young ladies said, I love this. I love being able just to do it. And then as I'm doing it, I learn what the process is. We have a computer science book. I let them take it home. She came back, sticky note up, highlighted up, the whole book almost. I'm like, God. She's like, I want to learn how to do more tags. I'm like, I said, okay, well, you're the star. She's falling in love with coding. But the resilience that these girls have is unmatched. They want to do it. And honestly, I give a lot of incentives. I give a lot of field trips. I expose them to things. I listen. What do y'all want to do? What do y'all like? What are your interests? Like 2 young ladies, they love the music industry. Let's go to a studio. So I'm engaging them in opportunities, but I make sure that it's centered on technology, right? So, okay, we can do whatever you want to do. Figure out how does technology fit into that. So I'm just a listener, and I go and produce what they want. I give it to them, and my expectation is I need something in return.
We can't serve our people if we don't love our people. And I think that's what separates you from a lot of the other folks. You really care about the young ladies.
I look at them and I see my own daughter. I see myself, honestly. I'm trying to be the women that were there for me. I'm trying to be that woman now to these girls. Every little brown girl I see them as myself. I see them as one of my daughters. And I want to give them the best. I want to give them a head start, a real good start for them in life. You do not have to repeat the same history that has been and trauma that have been put against us. You don't have to. And here's some keys and some tools that I've picked up along the way to help you. That's all I want to do. And honestly, technology is just the piece. It's the carrot. But the bigger piece is empowering these girls to go do something that their parents didn't do, we couldn't do. The sky is the limit in this space. What do you want to do? And you don't have to struggle and work 2 jobs to get this. You can learn a skill in 6 months. And I'm so passionate about even career pathways, changing your career as an adult. Go get a certification in 6 months, you'll make $60,000. Easily.
Yeah.
Just so that's my passion. Just trying to empower, uplift, encourage our community that you have options. We don't have to keep living like this. We don't have to keep struggling and for things. We can now finally thrive.
How do you measure success? How do you measure success?
Well, success is a journey. It's not a destination. Success is looking at these girls every Saturday or every time we meet and seeing self-confidence, seeing change, seeing a future for them. That's success to me. If I can change the trajectory of their lives a little bit for the better, that's success for me. From a business standpoint, and I've said this from the beginning, and people don't say it, but this is the reality. We need a school. We need an all-girls black tech school. That's it.
Right.
That I have that. I feel like I have won, right? On top of that everyday rewards that I would get from engaging with the girls, but that's the bigger picture. It's fine to have a after-school program, Saturday school, all of that, but that's not what I saw in my vision. Mm-hmm. I saw a whole compound, a whole school, and these girls are rocking it. Anything that you can imagine, AI, robotics, scientists, everything was right there. Right. So for me, that's what I'm working towards, hopefully sooner than later in the next 3 years. I would like to see that dream realized, but every day it's a win when I can change these girls' thinking about themselves, change their self-confidence, change the way they view themselves. That's a win for me.
Absolutely. So where do you see yourself in your organization 5 years from now?
In 5 years, I'm over in Africa. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I have a 3-year goal. And my goal is to be over there, back and forth. But in 5 years, my school is built. I'm chilling somewhere. I don't want to have to work 7 days a week. I want my money to work for me. So right, Martine. So
I feel like a plug for Martine.
Yeah. Like I need multiple streams of income, and sitting on the beach somewhere, right? Over in Africa. So that's my 5-year plan. And honestly, going over there, I know I can do that. Right. I had to prove it to myself, right? So, and I had to take myself seriously that this is something that can be done. And a lot of times, when you have something big and huge, it scares the hell out of you. And it's just scary. It's scary even saying it. Right. However, I know that it can be done. When we had our tech gala, we had a tech gala recently in April, and Ghana, we combined them. Ghana and us were together, and the Queen Mother that was in attendance granted us land in Ghana for the school.
Whoa.
So that's that dream being realized. I'm crying buckets of tears, wow. So it's just more work. You just gotta get up every day, get on your shoes, your pants, and take each step forward towards that. It's not, Rome wasn't built overnight. It's not gonna be built overnight, but because this is such a passion and a dream of mine, I have to get up and do the hard work. I have to take that step every single day to get to that place. But in 5 years, can I be somewhere chilling? Life isn't getting any longer. I want to be able to
Just chill.
yeah, yeah, to
chill.
get to get the seek. What am I trying to say? Get the rewards of my hard work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Ghana is just be the perfect place to chill. And it's inexpensive. It really is. It really is inexpensive. And over in Ghana, entrepreneurship, that's basically what it is. That's all they do. I mean,
That's where we get it from. Like, if you don't work it, you don't eat. If you don't make it, you don't eat. It's just that simple. There is no program, no social services, nothing is handed out, nothing. You better figure out a hustle, and that's it.
and you said that right. So did you ever go to the marketplace, some of the marketplaces over there?
Yes, of course. I'm not paying full price of whatever y'all talking about. It's fifth of what you say. If it's $25, it's $5 over here because they think we rich in America. So yeah, I have been to the marketplace.
People have no clue. They talk about the ball. You go to the marketplace, it really is a experience. And they come at you. So if you are not careful, you will get got.
Right.
But it's all about the hustle. It's all about you.
And I loved it, though. I mean, and the other thing is that I seen, there was no competition.
None.
10 people can be selling water. Same water, ain't nobody fighting. We all just trying to get our dollar. That's it. No competition. It was so lovely to see, and it was organized chaos.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah, organized chaos, but it was a great experience. I'm from New York, so it reminded me of New York.
Right.
So I was right at home with that. I'm like, oh, I can bargain all day long. I love it. Let's go. And it's funny, people would, because we all look alike. No, like literally, we all look alike. And the only thing that differentiated me from them was English speaking, right? I mean, but they would walk up to me and start speaking in their language in Twi and Ga, and I don't know what you're talking about, right? But that was lovely to witness, that we're just all the same. But yeah, and when I would open my mouth, they're like, "Oh, we got her," we got us an American. No, you don't. And I took someone with me all the time that is from Ghana. I'm not shopping by myself. I'm not driving ever. Can we talk about that traffic? Stop.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Panic attack every time I get in.
It seemed like they didn't have enough traffic lights. And I was like, how many accidents they gonna have? They don't really have that many accidents.
Yes, they do.
They do.
They're motorcycles, mopeds. It's bad.
It's bad.
I almost got into an accident while I was there. Like, seriously, we almost got T-boned. And they just wave it off, just honk and keep going. Did you not see this truck almost hit us? Get me back to the hotel now.
Wow. You was lucky then, because we didn't see any accidents. We saw a guy that drove into a hole, and then they just got out the car, about 5 or 6 of them. Lifted the car up. He got
kept
out.
going.
Kept going. But it is really, truly a place that everybody, especially if you're of black descent, you need to visit. And then once you visit, you'll understand how powerful we are and our heritage and where we come from. So, with the last word, look into the camera and you speak to a young black girl that may be experiencing a loss, lack of self-esteem. Talk to her about your class and what it could do for her.
Sure. So Emerging Ladies Academy, we can empower you, we can inspire you. You do not have to be the status quo and stay in the conditions that you are in. There is hope for you here. We believe in you, we love you, we care about you. You are more than your situation. We are a spiritual being that is powerful. We are a proud people. And you just keep getting up every morning. You have breath in your body. Take the next step forward. That's my encouragement to you. As long as you don't quit, you can win. You can keep going. But the moment you stop walking, that's the moment you quit. So that's the encouragement I have for you ladies today.
Oh, powerful. Website, contact information one more time.
emergingladiesacademy.org. You can email me, Tiffany, at emergingladiesacademy.com. You can call me, 402-763-0301. We're also on Facebook and Instagram as ELA Omaha.
I got two questions popped in my head. The only way they can get in your program is through OPS?
No. So 2 different programs. We run after school programming, and then once we open up registration, it's open to everyone. We recruit, from OPS, but it's open to the community. It's free. We recruit twice a year. We just had a class graduate, move on to engineering, and a new class brought in April. So we won't open up registration until the fall.
Okay, great. All right, then. Powerful, inspirational, much needed, Miss Tiffany Gamble, Emerging Ladies Academy. I want to thank you so much for coming to the Hungry Club.
Thank you for having me.
And we wish you all the blessing in the world.
Thank you so much.
More than welcome. All right, then, y'all. We out of here. Peace.
Hi, welcome to Big Mama's Kitchen and Catering. We've moved to our new location here at the beautiful Highlander Accelerator building located at 30th and Patrick. We are still open even during the pandemic. We've made some changes and we are here to serve you Omaha's best soul food. The best way to order Big Mama's delicious soul food is to go to our website, bigmamaskitchen.com, click on the Order Now button, place your order, pay for your order, and upon arrival, park at any one of our 4 convenient curbside pickup locations. Give us a call and we'll bring the order right out to you. You can also order carryout from Big Mama's. Park on the Patchett Street side of the building, walk down this long brown sidewalk, and come in through the west doors. Once inside, you come in through the door and enter in what we call the dining room, and you walk right up to our window and you can place your order or pick up your food. We're looking forward to preparing a fresh home-cooked meal for you, and we hope to see you soon.